What movies come to mind when you think of great soundtracks? Top Gun. Aaliyah and the soundtrack is the only highlight. Dazed and Confused. Pulp Fiction. From Dusk Till Dawn. Repo Man. Singles. Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. The Saint. Conan the Barbarian. Get Shorty. Saturday Night Fever. Edit, adding Purple Rain. The Purple Rain and Repo Man soundtracks changed my musical tastes. From Dusk Till Dawn is one of those movies I show people without explaining the plot. I scrolled really far and was disappointed to not see The Lord of the Rings. I collect good soundtrack music and that trilogy's soundtrack is my favorite. A soundtrack and a score are two different things. You're thinking of a score in which I agree. Lord of the Rings is excellent. Donnie Darko, the use of long shots with the soundtrack is just stellar. Scott Pilgrim is up there too. Donnie Darko uses Mad World so well, and when Frank is around, the ambient track called Manipulated Living, so good. Black Sheep sent me down a rabbit hole and I discovered such great music based off that one tune. Had to delete my comment, glad someone else mentioned it. They create such a great atmosphere with the music alone. The Pulp Fiction soundtrack is head and shoulders above all others, a standalone awesome soundtrack, and inextricably linked with the film. I've had that soundtrack in regular rotation, weirdly without getting sick of it, since the movie came out when I was about 15 years old. Seconded. The songs have gotten a bit cheesy with age, but Faltermeyer's score in between is gold. My favorite part is the whole 10-ish minutes where Maverick meets Goose's wife after his death, gets cleared to fly, can't get back in the saddle, becomes angry, doesn't speak, all the way to Iceman's apology. Or the score that plays when Mav speaks to Viper about quitting, ending with him watching the F-14s in the sunset. Those scenes with that score makes it one of the best movies for me. The violent violins at the end of Requiem for a Dream had me reeling at the scene. Then I rewatched with my ear open and realized the music was placed perfectly throughout. I just watched Office Space. If you like old school hip hop, this one is awesome. Marie Antoinette. Trainspotting. City of Angels. Queen of the Damned. Movie is awful, soundtrack is fantastic. Edit, to add, the movie has some good scenes, but it ends up being 10 minutes of great scenes interspersed with 90 minutes of gibberish, that looks like it was filmed by a low-budget music video, which again could be the style intended, but it comes off badly. I'm one of few people alive who doesn't think the movie is terrible, it's great corny vampire fun. Soundtrack is incredible. Because of record company disputes, the soundtrack that was released to buy in stores had the songs that John Davis sang redone by other artists. However, if you sail the pirate-infested waters, you can get the originals from the movie. Also, John Davis did a solo tour a few years ago and played them live and released an album with them as live performances called Alone I Play. John Davis redoing all the songs is also spectacular.